Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth, and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to get into a brief lesson reacting to this brother, the brother Aran. This brother from the Men of Valor. He's the brother of Bakwara Math. And he had a heavy dream. I'm sure you, Akiam and Akwaf, have caught wind of this brother's dream. More or less a vision. But needless to say, I'm going to leave the link of the video in the description box for you, Akiam and Akwaf, that haven't seen it, to actually watch it in its totality. Excuse me. It's Salaki Akiam and Akwaf. I'm still a bit under the weather. I'm feeling much better, but not quite there yet. But needless to say, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, we're getting there. But needless to say, I'll leave this video in the description box for you, Akiam and Akwaf, to watch it in its totality. But I did want to react to it, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And it's heavy. It's heavy. It's scary to imagine, making it to the finish line, just to have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai turn you away and to cast you into outer darkness because you weren't truly rooted in this faith. Ultimately you were operating, under a different protocol, where you didn't fulfill the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that's a terrifying thing to hear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai tell you that you're an unfaithful, wicked servant, man. And to be casted away and not to be able to make it in, through that into the first covenant, man. That's a scary thought. And just to imagine, that being the case, it should send, fear, throughout each and every one of us, man, that's doing this work in sincerity, man. And it should put us in a position where we examine ourselves, you see, and make the corrections we need to make while we still can, because we're all flawed. We're all flawed. None of us are perfect, and ultimately we're going to be delivered, through faith and ultimately predestination, being that the elect are going to have the blood of Yahweh Shai covering them, man. But we don't know who those people, who those men are, who those men, women, and children are, man. So as the scriptures say, we have to put on, therefore, as the elect. And that's the best we can do, And ultimately, we're prisoners of hope. We're prisoners of hope, man. But one thing is for certain, as it's written in Hebrews 6. Hebrews 6 and 10, as a matter of fact, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Let's start right there. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 6. And verse 10, and it reads, "For power is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love." And see, you have certain Jake that'll read that, and they'll think that they're in a position of confirmation, because they're doing the work. What you got to understand is that this thing has to be done in a certain form. There's a certain way of doing the work. You see, there's certain requirements. There's certain procedures that are necessary. You see, that's why when you go to the book of 2 Timothy, real quick, let me get a quick precept. When you go to 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter, it says this. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5, and it reads, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet he is not crowned, except he strive lawfully, man. You see, so there's a certain way we have to output for the Lord. You see, your happy medium may not be acceptable to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And ultimately, what are you doing off camera? You see where it really matters, man. You see, that's where corrections gotta be made. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man, because this is just the reality of this thing. You see what's happening behind the camera, man, when our camera's off and it's just you, okay, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. How are you operating when you're moving around in this world? You see how you operating in the dark, man. That's where the corrections got to be made, man. We have to be moving in the spirit so we can be deemed worthy, man. You see, our conduct has to match what we speak regarding these scriptures. We don't want to be in a position where, you know, we're speaking these scriptures, where we're speaking righteousness, but here it is, our judgment's trash. Okay, we're not moving in the spirit. The flesh is in the driver's seat. You see, that's not acceptable behavior. And of course, we find ourselves in that position from time to time, but that's where the corrections got to be made. You see, we got to operate through the spirit. We got to let wisdom meet us at every thought, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And ultimately, when it comes to doing these lessons, feeding the sheep, okay, bringing forth these sacrifices to the Lord, hey, they have to be done decently and in order, man. This sacrifice has to be a savory scent into the nostrils of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You can't just put up anything, man. You see, these sacrifices have to be put up with salt. They got to be salted, man. You see, so it takes an effort. We have to put forth our full strength, man. The Lord willing, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai accepts our sacrifice, man, because we don't know if he's accepting it. You see? Let's go back. Hebrews 6 and 10, and it reads, for power is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister, right? And to be a minister, to minister means to what? To serve. See, we're ministers, man. We're servants, man, to the church. All right, we've been commanded to feed the sheep. You see, as a matter of fact, let me go get that in the book of St. John. Okay? Because what Yahweh Shai told Simon Peter, bear with me. The book of St. John, chapter 21 and verse 50. This applies to us, man. You see, this applies to us. This is something that's required of us. And we're in the time where, hey, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. There's more than enough work to go around. You see, you just gotta tune in. You gotta tune in, meditate, and grab a job and put it on wax, man. There's so much going on right now. It's unbelievable through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But it has to be done in sincerity as well. You know? You have to be doing this thing willingly, man. Not to be seen of men, but to be seen of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He's the one that's going to reward us, man. You see? And as a matter of fact, a precept just came to mind. What is it? Is that in I believe it's here. Is that Ephesians? Let me see something real quick. Bear with me. Oh, it came to me, then it left. Is it Colossians, the third? I want to get this before I forget. Khan, the water, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The water. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this and we'll come back to it. The water, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Colossians, the 3rd chapter. We'll come back. We'll come back to that. That came to mind. I don't want to. We must grab that. All right, back in the book of St. John, chapter 21, and verse 15, and it reads, "So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. He saith to him the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And then, when you tap into the numerology of this thing, which Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he does deal with numerology. All right, 3 goes into what? Understanding. So Yahweh Shai said it to Simon Peter 3 times, man. Meaning understand. Okay, feed my sheep, man. Look it. And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai saith unto him, Feed my sheep. You see, so if you truly love Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and you took on the title, okay, of a man of the Lord, a servant, a watchman, a prophet, okay, you are commanded to feed the sheep of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, and the sheep got to eat daily, man. The sheep got to eat daily, okay? You can't go 2-3 days without feeding the sheep. They're gonna die, man. You got to feed the sheep every day. They got to be watered and fed every day. And they can't be fed GMO. You see? In tap water. No, man. You got to feed them the best of the best. You see? Nothing but organic. Okay? Nothing but the best alkaline water, man. That natural stuff. So they can be in tip-top shape. This is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is requiring of us, man. And ultimately, if you're trying to please the Lord, you're going to bring your best game, your A game. You see? But if you're trying to please man, guess what? You're going to be found lacking, man. You're going to be lacking in the spirit. Because it's easy to fool man, but you can't fool the Lord. You see, we got to understand, man, the Lord's going to be the one to reward us, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to reward us, man, not man. So our sight should be set on our sacrifice going into the 4th dimension as a savory scent. You see? Let's go here. The book of Colossians chapter 3. The Wadi How Bashim Ashai, this had came to my mind. The book of Colossians chapter 3. I'm gonna go, let me see here. I'm gonna go to verse 23, and it reads, And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, You see? So this works in labor of love that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is not unrighteous to forget. It has to be heartily done to him. Okay? We're not supposed to be laboring in efforts to try to be seen a man or get the green light. You know what I mean? From certain, no, man, listen. This is to please Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. If Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is dealing, guess what? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua will have your fruits develop. Okay? You will bear fruit. If Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is dealing, you will bear fruit. The goal, all right, is not to be a man pleaser. All right, you want to please Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yeah, scriptures does say gain the love of the congregation, but guess what? That's going to be through the Spirit. As you do this work sincerely, man. Okay? You doing the work in sincerity, and it's going to be seen that you are a faithful steward, man. And you will gain that mutual respect through the Spirit amongst the congregation, man. Through your works. But that's not the initial goal. The initial goal is to please Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. And he's gonna build everything up around you, man. You see, there's a lot of men doing what they're doing in efforts to be what? Seen of men. All right, they wanna seem like some type of, high stepper. And it's gonna be found out at the end of this thing, man. It's gonna be found out at the end of this thing, just like this brother's dream. This brother's dream was heavy. Okay, as the title reads, some brothers just didn't make it, man. Some brothers just didn't make it because they were operating under a different protocol. They weren't operating under the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And in the sight of men, they may have seemed the part, they may have looked the part, they may have sounded the part. But ultimately, if you were to search the reins, like Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is capable of doing, you would have seen that, brother ain't right. All types of deep, dark secrets, man, going on behind the camera. Deep, dark thoughts, wicked thoughts about other brothers. You see? And that's what's going to make brothers deemed unworthy to take part in that first resurrection, man. You see, because somebody's gotta, fit that bill. All right, fulfilling Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, turning away, certain men that they weren't up to par. I believe that's Matthew 7, if I'm not mistaken. We'll make our way back to Colossians. Let me see here. Matthew 7 and 20. There it goes. Matthew 7 and 21. This is red letter. And it reads, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. See, that's plain. The Lord's letting it be known right here, straight up and down. Yahweh Shai didn't leave no stone unturned. You see? Because there's a certain requirement that the Lord's desiring. All right? And a wise man would mark the perfect man. Why? Because the end of that man is peace. And if you have any level of spiritual discernment, you can clearly see that the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, okay, are those men that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is dealing with. How are they operating? From the elder apostles to the bishops, how are they operating, man? Are they doing certain things that, like, my one example is this: going out to camp every single day. That's something that the elders and apostles don't do a great milestone. That's not something that's a requirement. That's not something they do. Because if you think about it, you going to camp, you going out to camp every single day. Yeah, it may look good on camera, but guess what? You're not doing those intimate sit downs. That's necessary to feed the sheep properly, man. You're not getting intimate with them. You're not getting visual with them. It's just all about you in front of the camera, talking shit. No, man, you got to get intimate with the sheep. If we were required to go out to camp every single day, that's something the elders and apostles would apply. You know, brothers go out once or twice a week. You know, maybe there may be a few brothers that go out 3 times a week, but I know once or twice is something that the brothers get into. You know, the Spirit got it on us over here at Fiery Trials 144 to go out twice a week. You know, our primary day is Saturday, and then our secondary camp is on Wednesdays, which, you know, it's a midweek camp. It's a lighter camp, you know, but the main camp is Saturday. But we do go out twice a week at this time, you know, through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for that, you know. But I know there's various individuals that go out every single day, and it's just like, you're going to burn your oil out, man. You're going to burn out. And guess what? Say you don't. Say you making it to the end. Hey, there's certain things you're taking away from your building process. Because again, you're not getting intimate with the sheep. You're not getting intimate with them. We got to get intimate. These digital epistles are critical. This is how we become sound and grounded in the faith, man. By seeing our teachers they go out to the highways and byways, but, you know, there was these intimate sit downs that got us, you know, locked in. You see? But needless to say, you know, that's just one thing that's on my mind that I've noticed that, you know, I've seen a lot of brothers doing that, and that's a different spirit too. Because again, the brothers ain't doing that. That's not the spirit that brothers are coming in. That's a different spirit. You see, so that might be something brothers got to check. You know, because that's more of a self-centered spirit. You know, going out to camp every single day, you're not showing no time, no intimate time to the sheep. Those sit-downs. You know? But needless to say, I digress, right? Going back to the point, the Lord made it clear. He said, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. See, we want Yahweh Shai to confess our names to the Father. Because if he doesn't, guess what? We're not going to make it in. We're not going to be part of that first covenant if Yahweh Shai doesn't confess our name to the Father, man. So it'll behoove us to operate under the blueprint that we have before us. It's the point I'm making. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And those of the hopeful elect will do so. Right? And also operating under the Spirit outside of behind the camera. Outside of being on the camera. Operating through the Spirit to the best of your ability, man. You know, here it is, you're, you know, this righteous evangelist on the camera, but you're a nigga behind it. No, man, we got to operate through the Spirit. To the best of our ability, man. Because we don't want this to be us. Okay? Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works. Right? We were going out to camp. Yeah, we were going out to camp. I went out to camp every day, Lord. Every day. What's the Lord going to say? And then will I profess unto him, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity, man. Because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua understands your true intentions, man. Remember, he can read your thoughts. So you're not playing nobody but yourself if you're trying to play the Lord. If we operate through the scriptures and through the elders and apostles that were given to us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, success should be at the door. But it's up to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to keep that spirit on us to stay in order and stay aligned, okay, with the church. And humility is a major factor in this thing. Humility. We got to stay in the mindset of humility. You see? Let me get this real quick. Before we go back to that Colossians. The book of Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 4, and it reads, Salakia, in verse 5. Is this what I want? No, this is not what I want. Salakia, forgive me. I want Proverbs 22 and verse 4, and it reads, by humility and the fear of the Lord Yahweh are riches and honor and life. In other words, success. We must stay in the mindset of humility. That's what's going to keep us in line and able to be taught. Once your mind gets calcified over with pride and you think you got it and you know enough precepts where you can lead yourself here and there, guess what? You out of there. We got to stay in the mindset of humility, man. It's one of the key recipes to success as we're reading right here. Let's go back to Colossians. We'll close out here. I didn't want to draw this out, Salakia. The book of Colossians chapter 3. Back in the book of Colossians chapter 3. And verse 23 again. Verse 24 is the point. And it reads, and whatsoever ye do, Colossians 3 and 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, right, with all your might and sincerity, as to the Lord and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance, man. For ye serve the Lord Mashiach. You see? We're in this thing. We're serving the Lord, man. So we must show ourselves good stewards. We got to be sincere. Understand what we're involved in, as the elders and apostles often say. And strive for the truth until death, man. Fight. It's gonna be a dog fight. And only the strong are gonna survive, man. And Lord willing, if we're part of the elect, guess what? We're gonna make it. Because this thing's all about predestination. You can't make yourself of the elect. You see? It's impossible. Nor can you make yourself of the non-elect. That's why scripture says this. We'll close out with this right here. It's all through the Spirit. I went through the Spirit on this. Matthew 22 and 14, and it reads, for many are called, but few are chosen. Abaratazah, we're of the chosen. Akiyam. This is what we're hoping and praying to be part of, man. And again, it's all predestination. It's all about predestination. We cannot make ourselves of the elect. But one thing's for certain. We can put on, therefore, as the elect and strive for the truth until death, man. Hoping and praying that we're part of that precious number. Stay locked in, Akiyam and Akwath. I just want to do a response or a reaction to this beloved brother, Aran, out of Men of Valor, the brother of the beloved brother, Bakwa Amath. You know, his dream he had going into some brothers just didn't make it, man. It's a scary thought to think that you make it to the finish line to be turned around at the door. Keep fighting, Jake. Stay sincere. Abaratazah, we're part of that precious number. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Shalom.